The number one player in the class of 2026, elite offensive tackle Jackson Cantwell, has just revealed his top 6 schools. So in today's video, I'm going to react live to it. Does Nebraska make the cut? Who are the other schools in the mix? And everything else you need to know. So really quick, let's get into it. I'm excited about seeing if Jackson Cantwell is interested in Nebraska. Hit that like button if you're fired up. Also, if you're a diehard Nebraska fan, you're unsubscribed. What are you waiting for? We have the best family here in Husker YouTube, over 11,000 strong. Please join this family for daily Husker football content, recruiting updates, and so much more. Hit that subscribe button. It would help me out greatly. Thank you so much. But without further ado, let's get into it, reacting to Jackson Cantwell, the number one player in the class of 2026, legendary high school offensive tackle, one of the best prospects we've seen in the past decade, maybe ever. This guy is a freak of nature, 6'8", 300 pounds, had about 200 pancakes in his junior year on his film, just the complete package. He's been very interested in Nebraska from the very get-go. He's visited Nebraska 4 times. That is the second most out of pretty much any school, only second to Missouri. So it'll be interesting to see if Nebraska made the cut in his top 6. Let's get into it. Nebraska did not make the cut. Georgia, Missouri, Miami, Ohio State, Michigan, and Oregon are his top 6 schools. What happened here? Because I really thought he was interested in Nebraska. I've said time and time again that if you were to make a top 3, Nebraska would be involved there. The first thing I'll tell you is that it's not over from a Nebraska standpoint. Yes, he has his top 6. But one thing that I would define Nebraska recruiting around is persistent and consistent. Persistent and consistent. Those are the 2 words around Nebraska recruiting and Matt Rhule. When I talked to Dawson Merritt last fall, when he was an Alabama commit, I was asking, hey, are you going to flip to Nebraska? He talked about Matt Rhule, and he said, when he committed to Alabama originally, Matt Rhule told him that he respects his commitment, but he's going to continue to recruit him. David Sanders originally had a top 6, and Nebraska still recruited him, and Nebraska ended up making that top 4. So although Jackson Cantwell has his top 6 right here, and Nebraska's not involved, it's not over. And they're going to continue to try to get him on vids. They're going to continue to try to recruit him. So that's the first thing I tell you. Now, I am shocked. I think I'm not the only one who's shocked. There's a lot of beat reporters. Tim Verghese, a guy I highly respect from Nebraska Rivals, he said the exact same thing. He was shocked here that Nebraska, while they've kind of fell off of the past couple months in this recruitment, he still felt like they were going to be in this top 6 listing. I can see that Missouri's in here. That's probably the favorite right now. Oregon, Ohio State, Michigan, those are hard to beat out. I have no idea why Miami's in this list, man. He's visited Miami 1 time. There's no way this kid's committed to Miami. Was this a mistake? Was this a mistake? Did he mean to put it in Nebraska? I don't know. That's all I'm saying. But yeah, I'm shocked here. Again, he visited Nebraska 4 times, and he has that Husker connection with his mom being from the state of Nebraska. Will Compton was trying to get this guy here. I'm sure Nebraska was offering a good amount of NIL. I just have no idea really what happened here that that turned him off. I'm sure it's because we don't win as much as these other programs. He's a guy who cares about winning above everything else. All 6 of these programs have won a lot more than Nebraska in the last 5 years. So that's the only thing that really comes to my head. But I just want to think that it's not over for Nebraska. I still believe we're going to be consistent here. We're going to try to go and get this guy another visit. So I don't think it's over here. But definitely disheartening that Nebraska loses out on Jackson Cantwell, at least from what it looks like. Very, very dynamic player, and I really thought Nebraska had a good chance, not only to be in his top 6, but I thought we were going to land this guy at some point in time. But things really took a turn for the worse. Now, I will say this. Nebraska's offensive line prospects look really, really good in this class. Whether that's Kelvin Obot coming out of Idaho, whether that's Brock Killjoy coming out of IMG Academy. You got Claude Mpuma. You have, the guy coming out of Orange Lutheran who was, was a top 100 recruit who was the teammate of TJ Lateef. So there's a lot of really high quality offensive linemen Nebraska's after in this process. It's not a ruiner for this class that we're not going to be in the mix for Jackson Cantwell. It's just very shocking. It felt like, things were progressing good here. The fact that he just kept coming back on visits, it felt like we really had a shot. Fortunately, we do not. All right, guys, that's the update there around Nixa, Missouri's own Jackson Cantwell. Looks like Nebraska's out of it. Hopefully we're not, but that's what it looks like. All right, guys, let me know your thoughts down below. Appreciate all of you guys. As always, let me know in the comment section. Hey, if you made this far of the video, you know what to do. Hit the like button and subscribe. As always, folks, go Big Red, go Matt Rhule. See you in the next one.